this all started with an idea. Well, now I have another one. And it's going to take us even further than we've ever been before. Coming to you from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is the Quinn Spin. Hey now, and welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one and all, to a brand new edition of The Quinn Spin. I'm your host, The Quinn, and I'm back here on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, YouTube, and more for another rousing, riveting installment of the official podcast of Underground Music Collective. You just heard Revel 9's All I've Become, our opening theme song here at The Quinn Spin since the great year of 2014, and it will be until the very end of days. And before I get to today's topic on this very special solo mission of The Quinn Spin, I just want to encourage you to like, comment, share, subscribe our episodes, all of our episodes here on whatever channel you are listening or watching upon. I don't know if the grammar was right there, but whatever, it's fine. Anyway, all those things that you do, all those actions that you take, they will help us grow our platform as it continues to grow and evolve. And so, with that, 10 years ago tonight, as of the premiere date of this episode, I sat in my childhood bedroom, which is right over there. Sat there, was digging into some creative projects. I needed an outlet. I was working in corporate America. I wasn't all that excited about working in corporate America, but I did learn a lot from that job. But I just felt like I needed something that was mine. I had just stopped playing football within the prior year. I was kind of just adrift, just kind of looking for that thing, kind of looking to establish my life and what it would be. I was 26 years old. I was in a long-term relationship that was also long distance, and I didn't really have a whole lot of time to myself between the job that I had in New York, living here in New Jersey, and commuting most weekends to the Philly area to spend time with my girlfriend at the time. Well, there was one weekend that I had time to myself. And it was Saturday, August 17th. I decided I was going to take the day. My girlfriend had some kind of shower to go to, baby or wedding, I can't remember which. I didn't have anything going on, and it was the perfect opportunity to go and try to scratch a creative itch that had been rising up in me more and more within those prior few months. And dug up some old writing projects, spent some time in nature, which at that point in my life I never did. And then I've decided that I would wind down by listening to some old episodes of my college radio show, which was also called The Quinn Spin, and its predecessor, Dominic and the Quinn, which I did with my brother before I spun it off after he graduated. Instead of winding me down, it fired me up. I remembered the people who would listen every single week, 10, 15 strong maybe, on a good night. But they were there every week. They'd give us content for the show. They were loyal. They were into it. We were having an impact on them in whatever way that was at the time, in whatever primitive sense that we even understand that word impact, right? And as I'm listening to those episodes from those years gone by, which at this point will never see the light of day, I was overcome with emotion, and I just remember thinking, saying to myself, I want to do something that impacts people. And that's still true. 10 years later, 10 years since that night. I want to impact people. And those people for 10 years have primarily been independent musicians, right? Because the Quinn Spin, as the story goes, started featuring independent artists from all over the world. We had guests from 5 continents on the show in that original run alone. And then, of course, we evolved to Lehigh Valley Underground, which was based in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, after the initial run went on hiatus, and we started writing reviews and features and going out to shows, and I taught myself photography and, started impacting the local music scene there in Bethlehem, Allentown, the Lehigh Valley, eastern Pennsylvania, and surrounding areas, right? That was 2016, 17, 18. The end of 2018, relocated to Nashville. Brought the platform with me, rebranded to Underground Music Collective, and not only have we continued to deliver that content and that support for independent artists, that impact for independent artists, but we've started having an impact in other ways, through education, through coaching, through lessons learned on this 10-year journey. And this year in particular, we've hit a lot of milestones. We've had the chance to do things that I never thought back in those days, walking around the streets of New York City with Scotty Rock, we'd ever have the chance to do. We've done them. We were on iHeartRadio earlier this year. We've been featured in so many publications. We've been just gaining steam, gaining this notoriety for our platform and what we do, and the service mindset behind it. And over the summer, I started to realize that we can take that one step higher yet. We can evolve Underground Music Collective. We can evolve the Quinn Spin. Everything that came from this show, from this point of singularity 10 years ago today, into something that has that impact that I wanted to have, not only on musicians, but of creatives, on entrepreneurs, on people of all disciplines. Anybody trying to tell a story, anybody trying to build something to have an impact of their own, we're equipped to serve them. And so why am I telling you this? Here on the 10th anniversary of the point of conception of this show, I'm telling you this because it's time once again to level up. And over the next several months, I'm going to be going under the hood. I'm going to be building the foundation for the years and memories to come here within what we now know as the Underground Music Collective ecosystem. I'm going to be creating new ideas, new offerings, new opportunities for independent creatives, musicians, and non-musicians alike to engage, to connect, to learn from one another, to find opportunities together, to connect the dots from wherever you are on Earth to other markets so that we can all create a rich ecosystem. Now, it's going to take a lot of work. Sounds like I'm going to be busy over the next few months, so here's the deal. I'm still going to roll out new episodes of this show, and the events that we have planned. The one on September 8th at the Cobra, celebrating our 10th birthday on our actual official 10th birthday. That's still happening, as well as the show that we have booked in Bethlehem, Nashville meets Bethlehem Songwriters Round at Steel Stacks. I am so excited for that, and we're going to be rolling out the full lineup very soon. Other than that, plus the client work that we're doing for clients on the coaching end, on the social media consulting end, we're going to be taking a little bit of a break. We're going to be taking a little bit of, I don't want to call it a hiatus, but some time in the cocoon so that we may emerge as a beautiful butterfly on the other end. And that these ideas, this impact that I know we as a community can have, and the ways that we can expand that impact, so that it has a chance to flourish. I'm going to be taking some time to work on this. Stay tuned for updates. There's more information at undergroundmusiccollective.com as well as on our socials, but buckle up. This is going to get exciting as we start rolling things out. And I want to impress upon you, this is not the end, folks. This, 10 years from the point of conception, is only the beginning. And I wanted to come on and do this today because a decade ago, this all started with an idea. Well, now I have another one. And it's going to take us even further than we've ever been before, together, no matter where you are located, and no matter your creative discipline. That's what I've got for you. Of course, you can still follow the Quinn Spin all season long, all year long, all decade long, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, YouTube, and more. Also, learn more about the show at Quinn Spin Official, 2 N's in Quinn, 2 N's in Spin, undergroundmusiccollective.com, our central hub. More details will be emerging as to everything I talked about here today, the next phase of our evolution. So stay tuned there. Also, follow UMC on the socials. That is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or should I say X now? It's X since the last time I did this. LinkedIn, YouTube. Follow the UMC 20 playlist on Spotify. Check out at Nash Live Shows. Not correcting that, not fixing that. We keep it real here. But that's where we're posting information, of course, about that 10th birthday show that we're throwing a Cobra on September 8th to celebrate 10 years and counting of the Quinn Spin. For now, Revel 9's All It Become, going to take us out just like it brought us in. Grab some muffins on your way out.
now.